You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Hove.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on?
And we got Coach Locke in the building.
What's
up?
happening? What's happening?
What you doing, Coach?
Man, glad to be back, man.
Yeah,
Back in the saddle,
I was
baby.
holding it down for sure, man. Every week.
You better damn believe it. How's everybody week?
That every week was,
Yeah,
every week, Coach.
Hey, how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
You better know it. How was everybody week, man?
Good week.
You had a good week, Jeff?
Great week.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wakanda.
Shout out to Wakanda.
Shout out to Wakanda.
Wakanda, most definitely. What about you, Weezy? How was your week, man?
My week was pretty good.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. They said the rumor is you growing your hair out. You finna get the Odell Beckham situation going.
Is that the room?
That's the rumor?
You get them all.
You got the brush? I haven't had a haircut in a while.
No, I'm just saying. They say you growing your hair out. You finna get the Odell Beckham.
I haven't had a haircut.
Can you confirm nor deny that?
No.
Okay, that's what's up.
So you not gonna confirm or deny it? I'm not getting no Odell Beckham.
But you're growing it out, though.
I just haven't had a haircut.
You getting the Ray Shrimmer?
Okay.
Chris Cross?
Y'all going our way with it. Y'all going our way through with it. See that?
Okay.
I just asked a question,
Julio
bro.
coming next, huh?
Nah, I'm gonna take it that
Julio,
far.
man. Say
It's a
that.
different world.
This-
That's
Julio.
Yeah.
You know, we on YouTube.
You can,
Camera's always on.
I ain't
You
gonna
better know
lie.
it. You better know
I
it.
just say, I ain't gonna lie. You can't come on with a Coolio.
Nah.
Stick it through it.
Oh, man.
That's tough. That's tough.
What we got on the show today, Weezy?
Today we're breaking down the 2018 NBA Finals, baby.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Crickets. Crickets.
No.
Russell Westbrook. What?
Show life.
You got the wrong grid. Yeah.
No.
I gotta change the whole thing.
Now, what we doing? I'll help you out with it.
I thought you, yeah.
What we doing, Jeff?
Man, you know what we're doing, Jay? We're analyzing the NBA Super Team era.
That's
Most
exactly
definitely.
what we
That's what we're doing.
And it's FSP style.
It's always
Always.
Most
FSP
definitely.
style.
We'll get started. Where you at, Jeff? What's your best of the week?
Man, it was a good sports week this week. Good boxing night last night. Terrence Crawford got his ninth round TKO over Joe Horn. I don't know if y'all remember Joe Horn.
Joe Horn.
He was the guy who got that suspect victory over Pacquiao a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's two Joe Horns. Joe Horns
Football.
also.
Yeah. True enough.
Pick up the phone, man. Yeah. A-Sign.
Oh my God. Terrence Crawford now, he's 33-0, man. You know, he's looking like one of the up-and-coming pound fighters in the world. Definitely somebody to be worried about that. Also, real quick, Leo Santa Cruz beat Abner Mares in their rematch. Man, if you don't watch boxing,
Right.
if you want a fight to go watch,
Yeah.
watch them two fights right there. That was a war.
That was a war.
24 rounds was straight up. You going down, pause, or I'm going to knock you out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I always do. 24, two straight fights like this. So I was really happy with that, man.
Most definitely. Where you at, like, what's your best of the week?
Man, I'm back in here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always,
Yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah, no.
A few months, so being back here is always great.
You better know. You better know. My best of the week, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo tried red Kool-Aid for the first
Yes, he
time
did.
in his life, and he said it was extremely tasty. Unquote. Can you imagine trying Kool-Aid for the first time? How is he? 24?
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dude,
Yeah.
24.
It's amazing.
24 getting red Kool-Aid for the
it's
first
very
time.
tasty.
Yeah.
Still amazing to him.
Dude, American red Kool-Aid is what he said.
That's exactly what he called
Yeah,
it.
that's what he called it.
American
I mean, you've
red
been
Kool-Aid.
around some Americans for sure. What about you, Weez? What's your best of the week? Most definitely.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a best of the week?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The world want to know. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We are recording the podcast.
We are.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
No best of the week.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
All right. So, I'll just circle right back to my worst of the week.
Here we go.
The NBA hat design team for the finals. They're getting away with murder, coach.
Mhm.
Shit looks very generic. New era. You got the
Sorry
NBA
about that.
finals hats looking like truck fit.
Mm.
Not trophy.
Yeah, I'm not asking them to reinvent the wheel. I'm just saying,
Shots.
fix
Straight
this shit
shots.
before the draft.
I can see what you're saying.
The draft
Yeah,
hat-
you got a big, the draft hats, they better get it.
No, the draft hats actually kind of cool. I saw those.
Okay.
Those are kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because let Nike get some creative control over these
Yeah.
hats or something, because that shit, the Warriors had on top of their head, Paul,
Basic.
it's trash.
It's basic.
Super trash.
It's basic.
Yeah.
For real.
Circle back.
I go worst of the week,
Yeah.
man. NBA season is over.
Yeah.
No more basketball. You know, all we got is summer love coming up. Summer league, I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
3 weeks though.
season's over. Yeah.
We ready for summer league
Yeah,
about
for
3
sure.
weeks.
Got the draft in a couple of weeks, free agency after that.
Yeah.
For sure. Basketball still. What about you, Jeff?
Oh man, CM Punk wasting my time in the UFC. Selfishly, I want him back in the WWE.
Yeah.
He took a mean L last night.
Yeah.
1 hit a quarter.
Nah, he stayed up this pause. He actually went.
Stayed on his feet.
Yeah,
For
he
sure.
went to the decision
Yeah.
for the whole fight, but wasting his time, man.
You need to give it up.
Yeah, nah, for real. Wasting, taking them people money.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's check up on. Make sure you check us on iTunes,
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of the past episodes of FSP. Just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, make sure you check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the Yay album review.
Sure.
Episode.
Yeah. Let's give a real consensus.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you get an album, Jeff?
6.
6.
That's like
Okay. Where you at, Coach?
5.
5. Where you at, Weezy?
About 6 or 7.
Yeah. I think it's like a 7.5, 8. I like it a lot.
wow.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
I like Charlie Wilson's song. a lot.
Charlie, it's great. Man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's a grower.
Oh.
Coach don't like the second song thing.
That kills it for me, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, but Pusha's banging.
But exactly, though. But all 7 songs are banging.
Yeah, I mean,
I
If
don't
you can
want
give me 7
5
songs,
on that Yays.
nah, man.
Maybe 6.
You cheating us.
Real quick. Go my bad, Coach. Go ahead.
Okay, we listened to an album here recently. Album's been, 13 or 14, 15 tracks, right?
Right,
And we'll say, it's a cool album because 7 tracks is banging, right?
right.
That's half. So if you only giving me 7, I need all 7 of them to be straight through.
I hear you.
It's not.
Real quick on the Kanye.
Yeah.
Because you can pretty much tell he re-recorded that whole album. That's what I don't like about it. It
Yeah.
just sounds rushed.
It sounds rushed. That's why
you can hear punch-ins. People that know, people that go to the studio, you know what I'm talking about. You can hear the punch-ins. You can hear the messed up levels. You can hear that he wasn't done recording in certain parts. Like, it doesn't sound right.
Right. It doesn't sound like a
Nah.
cohesive
Nah,
album, but I
at
like
all,
it though.
at all.
I still like it most definitely. The Ladies Room podcast, man. You can check out Rizzo and Marie to find out what the ladies are really talking about in the ladies' room. Catch up on past episodes and follow the Ladies Room podcast on IG and Facebook. One time for Coach Locke.
Ladies, you look good.
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
That's a live
Yeah,
joint.
that's a live one
That's a
right
live joint. Most definitely. Fresh for Dummies, man. Me and my dog Amber Brown, self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. You can catch our latest issue, NBA first and second team, all Fresh Squad. It's up right now. Follow the show IG page at Fresh for Dummies. Simply search Fresh for Dummies on all of your social media. Also, go to the YouTube channel, check out COD Live. Hella episodes up right now. Easy to find. YouTube.com/RealVille. Jeff, you got something to say about it real quick?
About
NBA first team.
My guy got no love.
Yeah, well, there's no possible way that you can make the all fresh team and be one of the worst dressed
It's
celebrities.
impossible.
But he nominated for his fashion by GQ.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. And
yeah.
so, but
Yeah.
clearly, I mean, it's more about high fashion.
I
Just,
get
let's keep it a buck, though.
I'm not wearing none of that crap.
Exactly.
It's
That's the
awesome.
whole.
Just-
Nobody in this room,
I'm
man.
not wearing any of that.
Nobody in this room.
That's the whole point of all NBA fresh team is about people that I would wear some of the stuff that they wear.
More swing, though?
More teams get busy. Have you seen them? I'm telling you, man.
That was the only one I was a little about. But I hear you.
Yeah, more teams, yeah, they get busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can read up on your favorite FSP co-hosts. Purchase your FSP merchandise. Catch up on the past episodes from the shows we just mentioned and much, much more. How do you do that, you ask Weezy? Just simply search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real. OMG!
RMG, most
definitely.
definitely. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling segments.
I try.
All right, let's do it.
Again, it's slow out here, baby. CM Punk got work. we talked about that. Come back home.
Yeah.
Raw, actually, Monday Night Raw, actually re-upped their contract with the USA Network and NBC. Another $1 billion. For 5 years. Another $1 billion.
Cashing out.
So that's for 2 shows, 5 hours of programming each week, $2.5 billion over the next 5 years.
So you got some cushion for the XFL. That was
Cushion
small.
for the XFL.
Most definitely.
billion.
Another billion. He cashing out.
Yeah, he cashing out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Stock prices through the roof right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all if y'all play that market.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Question of the week, fellas.
Hey.
$100,000 on the line, cameraman. Which TV show would you compete in and guarantee a spot in the final round? Number 1, Jeopardy. Number 2, Wheel of Fortune. Number 3, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And number 4, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader?
I'm out of those. Y'all done had that.
Because listen,
So
so
give me Wheel of Fortune.
give you Wheel of Fortune.
Give me Wheel of Fortune. I'm not gonna win Jeopardy.
Hell no.
Yeah, Are You Smarter? 5th grade is tricky because we don't do none of that.
Hell
All
no.
of that science stuff.
The 5th graders be smart as hell.
They smart. And then
Hell
what
yeah.
was the
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Nah, it's always gonna be that one question to get you.
It's in all of them. All of
But
them.
Wheel of Fortune, you can kind of pick and guess almost.
Gotta
Man,
be
listen,
good.
I did Wheel of Fortune when coming back from this Achilles injury.
Yeah.
Just hanging out watching Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, it's rough.
I ain't good at that. I ain't good at that. I'm gonna have to try my luck against a 5th grade. I ain't got nothing else. I know what y'all was looking for.
Yeah.
You was looking for Prices Right.
Family Feud.
Family Feud. Ain't no way.
What you got, Jeff?
I was hoping for Family Feud.
Oh my God, me too. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try Wheel of Fortune, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna embarrass myself on Jeopardy. Like,
No,
ain't no
Jeopardy.
way.
and
Come
the
on.
5th grade, like you said, like those kids are actually going through that type of lesson work right
Yeah.
there. Now I haven't looked at that stuff since I was in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
No,
I got to do 5th grade because
Nah, man.
I'm telling you, I tried Jeopardy too.
yeah,
Epic fail.
nah, Jeopardy's
I
rough.
don't
Jeopardy's rough.
don't even ask.
What you go
They had a
for
hip-hop.
500?
Even with
All of them.
That's it.
Hip hop.
That's it.
Hip hop battle.
Yeah.
I need all
They
of
even
that.
had a hip hop
Hip-hop.
category. I was even
R&B,
struggling
give
on
me
that
some
one.
else.
Nah, I need some.
Yeah.
I need for sure. Now, tweet some questions during the show, throughout the week as well, at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell all the friends.
To tell the friends for sure.
Tell the friends that got the grid, man, lined up and ready to go.
Great grade.
Yeah, most definitely.
You
Gotta be correct. About that Full Sport Press podcast, the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, we just got a poll question for the listeners.
Yeah.
All right, let the listeners hear it.
Poll question this week is, which NBA superstar should leave their respective team to join a new team? Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, John Wall.
Most definitely. So, who out of these 4 people are the furthest away from actually competing for a championship? Pretty equal on all of them, right?
Giannis is furthest out.
I think he's furthest away
He's furthest away.
with what he has.
Yeah.
Because Jabbar hasn't been the Jabbar we thought he was going to be.
Right.
I think Kawhi Leonard's out too. He's out.
At least a 4 seed. They're a 4 seed in the West with Kawhi.
Yeah, but 4 is not good in the West.
I don't think he
Pretty not. I mean, it's
You put him. Sorry about that, guys. If he's playing this year, they're hard out. Pause for
Yeah.
anybody with him.
Yeah.
They just didn't have a scorer. They didn't have anybody go get him a bucket in the
Right.
playoffs this
Yeah.
year. So
But Giannis literally doesn't have a number 2. I think everybody else has a number 2.
Giannis let him down.
Kawhi don't really have a number 2, you know.
It's Pop. He got Pop. He got Greg Pop. That's his number 2 and his number 3.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. He got LaMarcus Aldridge.
yeah, but still, you said
LaMarcus had a
Kumpo,
he had a
too.
great year this year.
Lamar. So I forgot about Lamar.
But Giannis is in the. I still say Giannis is in the East. There was no reason that they should have lost that first round series. To me,
Nah, they shouldn't.
they should have won that.
They should have won.
Yeah.
Most of them. I would say, yeah, probably Giannis. Most of them. But I think who the person that leaves this team, I mean, out of these 4,
John Wall.
John Wall.
John Wall.
John Wall.
Yep.
Now, if they can get us, John Wall's gone.
Where does he go? If you're John Wall, you can go somewhere. Where would you go?
Follow LeBron.
Follow LeBron.
You
Keep
go
it
to-
clutch.
You go to a super team for sure. You don't
Yeah.
go get no money.
Don't
You go
waste no
to-
time.
No,
Yeah,
he
go
got
ahead.
money.
Yeah,
You
go
go
ahead.
to
Go ahead.
squad.
He done made
Super
it,
team.
Brad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's on the first team, so he ready to rock.
What John Wall goes to? What John Wall goes to
Same
New
sport.
Orleans?
That'll help.
They need
I
that.
think that hurts.
See, they got.
It hurts to
I
me.
like
No.
the way that Rondo plays.
That's what
Get
I'm
Rondo
saying.
out of there.
Rondo.
To me, the way Rondo plays fits that team perfect.
Yeah,
They just need shooters.
Yeah.
They just need shooters.
They
And
need
everybody
scorers
needs shooters in this
in the
league.
league.
But they need shooters. For
Most
real.
definitely. Let us know, man. And keep the actual question of the week coming to at fullsportpress@gmail.com. Y'all ready to get started this first half, though?
Let's
Do
do it.
it.
Let's go.
The first half is underway.
first half, how the sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week before we get started. I'm Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What's cracking?
Boy, Coach Locke.
Yes, sir. Where can they find you at on social media, Jay?
I'm at FSP_Weezy on IG.
For sure.
I'm at High Weezy on Twitter.
Most definitely. Ding, ding. Where you at, Jeff?
J.E.84 across all social media platforms.
Most definitely. Where you at, Coach?
Locke_the_great.
Oh, my
all
goodness.
social media.
You ain't missed that, did you? You ain't missed that, did you?
You can't stand it.
Y'all didn't miss that shit.
Can't stand
Y'all
it.
didn't miss that shit. I'm Jay Ho, man. Catch me if you can.
The king.
Yeah,
It's locked.
Most definitely. Twitter?
It's wide
Free
open.
as a butt.
Hey,
Wide open.
Come on through.
Yes, sir. Let's kick things off in the first half with the NBA Finals. Cavs versus the Warriors. The 2018 season is over. Golden State Warriors pulled the brooms out of the Cleveland Cavs. Let's kind of talk about the winners and the losers. Anybody want to go with their first winner of the finals?
My first one was Kevin Durant.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's a consensus, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Two-time MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finals MVP for sure.
Finals MVP.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So,
I think he solidified himself. He's there just to win championships, not necessarily create friends. I think as the years go on, though, I think it's going to eat at him as players keep coming out and saying, I wouldn't do that. I think he listens to that at the same time. He wants to win on his own, and I think it makes it very easy going about it this way. So, but he came there to win.
He's doing it.
Yeah, he win for sure. Any other winners? Anybody else want to go?
I got one.
Go ahead.
LeBron James. LeBron James is a winner.
It's going to be one of them shows.
No. I had nothing negative to say about LeBron. But LeBron has lived long enough to reverse the Dark Knight theory. He's lived long enough to where he went from the hero to the villain, back to the hero again.
How's he the hero?
Yeah. Only people that are saying negative things about LeBron are people like Charles Barkley, because they compare him to Michael Jordan. But normal fans, they love him now. He's the lovable loser. It sucks to hear that, right? But people don't even. When you watch Sports Center after the chip, all they talked about was how much he put, how much effort he gave, how much more can LeBron do. It's not his fault. He didn't have any help. Think about what happened the first time he got swept. He's never going to be great. Nobody gets swept in the finals. His whole narrative has changed.
Narrative is different.
Yeah, he's reversed it.
I think with LeBron James, though, he's a look at me ass dude. Let's just keep it a buck.
I'm just talking about the consensus
the
of
positives of it, for sure. He was not supposed to get this far with that team.
Absolutely.
Right.
I 100% agree with that. But at the same time, he had a lot to do with how the team was constructed. It's $160 million between Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Both are clutch people. So in turn, he had a lot to do with them getting paid.
Define what you mean by clutch, because somebody might not
That's
know
true.
sports.
They are all managed by Rich Paul,
Right.
LeBron's
Sports.
agent. So at the same time, when you say, yeah, he didn't have any help, Kevin Love's a good player.
Absolutely.
J.R. Smith didn't step up Tristan Thompson, but you made the team pay those guys. They didn't really want to pay those guys.
Just hypothetically, though. Let's rewind 2 years before J.R. Smith signed that contract.
Yeah.
If they don't sign J.R. Smith, how bad would it be?
That would have been fine. You can find somebody. And J.R.'s my guy.
You think, though?
You can
To play with no. It takes. You hear this more and more from players now. It takes a certain type of player to play with LeBron.
That's true.
So could you find a player to sit next to LeBron the way J.R. had?
When did they sign their JR?
After the
2
chip.
years ago.
After the chip.
Didn't they when JJ Redick signed?
Nah, J.J. Redick was
Last year.
He
J.J.
signed
Redick.
last year.
And that's the 30 mil for J.J. Redick.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
At the same time, same as that's what you paying.
can
That's
find-
what you paying J.R.
you
But
can
no, that was for one, though.
Yeah,
That was for one
Yeah.
year.
J.R. got 80.
He got
80.
He got paid.
And it was all because of LeBron James. And I get it.
Yeah.
But don't say that he doesn't have help. Don't say this. They overachieved.
Yeah.
But don't. The shit that he was doing.
But I'm just saying, when you listen to sports radio, you watch ESPN, you watch FS1, you hear it.
Yeah.
Like, LeBron did everything he could do. It's not
Which
his
is true.
fault. Like,
Which he did. But at the same time, now listen now. Everybody watching.
You saying he made that bed laying it.
Lay in it. And also, don't switch off in the fourth quarter when they decide the game. Don't show up to a press conference with your hand bandaged and your whole time you've been in the situation. You're not there for 3 games.
I'm not confident.
You knew that.
You gonna hide it? Keep hiding.
Keep hiding, dog.
But
Don't come up in the interview. Jeff in the interview said, y'all keep looking at this. I know y'all want to look at it here. I'll put it up on the table so you can see it.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no, don't do it now.
well, my thing is, if it was going to come out, might as well get ahead of it.
No, he
because the reason why he wore it to the press conference because somebody was about to break the story.
He would
take it away from him.
He would have looked better. Come out and say, man, I hit a wall in game 1 and still play.
And still play.
No, you can't say that.
You can.
I'm tell you why you can't say that.
Why?
Tell you why you can't say that. Because if I'm Draymond Green, we know he likes to kick
He's going at
penises.
that hand.
He's going to hit that hand.
I understand that.
I understand that. I say you don't say shit.
And if you right, but the series over with. Now I can say what I want. You don't say it during the series because it looks like you're trying to create excuses. But if you say it after the series, it's like I'm already over with.
I'm just not gonna wear the brace, and if they bring it up, I'm say yeah, it's injured.
Yeah, I'm just not wearing a brace.
I just don't want to have that used as excuse for why I didn't perform or why we didn't win.
That's all I'm saying.
I can see that. I'm just saying, like, I don't think him wearing it after it's already over doesn't change much.
Don't switch off Kevin Durant.
Definitely don't switch off Kevin Durant on that play. On that play right there, don't switch off Kevin.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
This finals, his press conference was horrible. He said some really bad things.
He's angry.
I've never seen him.
He
his
was
teammates
railroading teammates.
Yeah, I've never seen him bash teammates as much as he did during this series.
My only knock on his press conferences is they were only his press conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kevin Love should have been there with him.
Yeah.
Like when Golden State did theirs, it was at least 2 of the 4 each time they had a press conference, or 3. Like Kevin Love could have been out there with him.
Yeah.
So maybe not Jr. But somebody could have came to the press conference.
Kevin Love. I mean, we'll talk about him.
Yeah,
I had
my bad.
Houston, LA, Spurs, Philly. They all winners.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the LeBron draft starting.
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
Because, he's going one of them spots.
I don't know.
Where is he going to go? Boston?
He could.
That's the only one.
Just think about what has to happen for him to go to Boston. How funny that would be.
Kyrie's not signed.
I'm going to say, I think they'll trade Kyrie.
They don't have to trade Kyrie. They can trade Gordon Hayward in the draft pick.
I thought about that.
But Kyrie don't want to play with LeBron, though.
Kyrie, if you're not going to pick Kyrie over LeBron.
I said Kyrie might be leaving to go to New York at the end of this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time LeBron James goes to moves or something, it's always calculated or thought about. Like the first time he went to Miami, I need to win a championship. I'm feeling my prime. I need to win a championship. I'm gonna team up with these 2 guys when we're super team because I couldn't beat Boston, so I went to Miami, won a championship.
Right.
When he went back to Cleveland, it was unfinished business.
Yeah,
I left the wrong way to go back and get these boys a championship. I did that. This time, if he leaves Cleveland, I don't know why he would do it. Why would he go?
Because
it's not gonna be more money.
He wants to keep winning.
Yeah.
You can't compete with Golden State
With that team.
He wants more than 3 rings.
until he goes somewhere else, like a Boston or Philly, maybe Houston or Philly.
Yeah.
He can't compete with Golden State.
He can't go to Houston and play with those guys.
Why not?
It'd be the same thing as going to Golden State.
I mean,
Or was it?
you can't. You got
He
to.
didn't lose to Houston.
Do you want to lose to Golden State in the Western Conference Finals or lose to Golden State in the NBA Finals?
I honestly think they can beat him if he goes
Yeah.
there. Because they were finna beat him this year.
Yeah,
Iguodala wasn't there.
CP.
But you put LeBron on there with Iguodala.
Yeah, it gets tricky.
Yeah.
So much goes in the jump shot. That's another show.
Yeah, I got another winner, Demarius Randall.
Mm.
Came out, and said, hey, I would bet anything that the Warriors are going to win this, and if they do,
The Cavs.
I mean, the Cavs,
Yeah.
yeah. And then he goes back and says, hey, we won. So I would be confident. He said he's been to every Cleveland game, and every game that he's won, he's been there, they won. So he said, anyway, I'm going to another game. He missed every game. So he just saved himself a lot of bread.
A lot of money.
Let's move on to the losers.
Okay.
Anybody got a loser?
Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Kevin Love.
Why do you think that?
He's on my list as well.
He's becoming Chris Bosh before our eyes.
Mm.
With whatever he gets blamed for whatever happens, no matter what the effort he puts in, no matter how good of a defender he becomes, no matter how many rebounds he gets, no matter how many smart offensive plays he makes, it's his fault.
It always is.
So,
dude averaged 19 and 11.
Yeah, nothing else he could do.
He's just underappreciated. I think I've never seen a player look as bad playing with LeBron James as I've seen Kevin Love to be how good he was. He was an all-star.
Yeah.
25, 26 points a game, 12 rebounds. He needs to demand a trade to get the hell out of there because if you look at it, it's hurting his legacy. Kevin Love was a great basketball player. When he got there, he was a perennial top 3, top 4 player in his position.
Mm-hmm.
And now you don't even think about it. He was an afterthought in the top 5 of everything. He was the last person picked in the NBA draft thing when they went for the All-Star game. So you look at it, man, you say, this kid, and he can play, man.
I hope if LeBron leaves, I hope he gets traded to a contender that knows how to use. I hope he goes. I hope he goes to the Spurs.
Kevin Love, for sure, me too.
That will show how good of a player he
Most
is,
definitely.
or somebody like that.
Can him and LaMarcus Aldridge play together?
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Put
Somebody
LaMarcus
like
Aldridge at the 5, put him at the 4. Most definitely.
I had the Cavs organization
Yeah.
because it's over with.
Yeah, they finna blow that whole thing up.
Blow it all up.
Yeah.
He's leaving, and now their money, how much the organization, the money they bring in, it's all going to go back down again. They talked about that the first time LeBron left, how they lost so much money, the city lost so much money, people lost jobs and everything.
Yeah.
So it's going to impact the city of Cleveland and the Cavs organization as a whole.
The cool thing about that, though, to me, now this is just maybe my personal opinion. Yes, LeBron leaving is going to hurt, right? But they're lucky enough to have an 8th pick in a deep draft.
Yeah, no,
So you can get a player that can eventually become an all-star.
But 8th has been very bad in NBA draft history. Very, very bad.
But you got assets. Like, you can put an 8th pick and Kevin Love together and move to the 3rd or 2nd.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. They're finna blow that whole team up if LeBron is there or not. It's a wrap. Everybody on that team is gone. They will be traded.
We're all expendable.
Most definitely. Any other losers?
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. Yeah, he lost a lot of credibility that he once had as a scorer, 6-man, all that cool stuff.
It's all out there on film. He's
never
never there. He just wasn't there.
Yeah, he's not starting anymore. My loser is Ty Lue.
That was my second.
Yeah, he got out coached in every game by a coach that can't really coach that well. And we blame JR for the debacle that happened in game 1, but it was Ty Lue's fault just as much as it was JR's because he should have caught it time.
Can I defend Tyrone?
But please.
Let's think about this, right? Tyrone Lue is actually learning on the job.
Oh, shit.
No,
He is.
Because at the end of the day, he was brought in because he was handpicked by LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Tyronn Lue was not ready to coach a team of that caliber.
For sure.
He should have been coaching a Milwaukee, a team that can grow with
Startup
him.
team.
A startup team that can grow with him. Look how better of a coach Spoelstra is now that LeBron and D-Wade, well, D-Wade's back, but that team is gone.
Mm-hmm.
People criticize Spoelstra the years they lost, but the years they won, it was LeBron and D-Wade and Chris Bosh.
Right.
But the way Tyronn Lue could have grown, like, think about it. You don't have that a wherewithal to say, damn, I got a timeout. Let me call it real quick when JR gets that rebound on your 2nd or 3rd year of coaching.
Yeah.
That's something that comes with time. Popovich would have quickly said timeout as soon as he got the rebound. But it just come with time.
Because Tyronn Lue's been in 3 NBA championships. He already won 1.
Right.
So experience got to count for something.
But hear me out. In your profession, I'm not saying what that is on air, but in your profession, did you know everything about your profession year 1 or 2?
No, I didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's things that come with just tendencies and tactics that come with doing something over time because muscle memory, you think, let me call this time out. And he wasn't ready to do that.
But that's one of them situations where that had to be discussed before those free throws were shot.
I guarantee you it wasn't. Because LeBron didn't know.
Yeah, it was.
Nobody knew they had a timeout.
Well,
that's
because
you watch
the coaches.
That's coaching.
I'm saying you're right. I'm agreeing. I'm just saying I don't expect, looking back on how that scenario played out, him not knowing that and not calling timeout makes perfect sense to me because he didn't think, he's thinking LeBron knew. And LeBron's like, you're the coach. You're supposed to know this.
He'll never coach again.
Yeah, he done. He in trouble. He in trouble.
Never again.
He'll never coach.
I don't think they'll fire him this year.
He'll be an assistant coach.
They'll
fire the hell out of him.
So he doesn't. If LeBron leaves or stays, he's gone.
He leaves. He gone. Yeah, for sure. He gone. Yeah.
And he does.
After that video came.
That video hurt.
That hurt.
And like you said, they didn't want him. LeBron wanted him. So
they wanted
to gone.
They wanted David Black to coach that team and build up the youngsters and all that stuff. Man, I don't know if he doesn't coach again.
No.
Let's keep it in the NBA, folks. The NBA will reportedly take a page out of the NFL's playbook during their annual summer league next month. According to a report from SiriusXM Radio's Justin Turmine, he was told by Kiki Vandeweghe, currently the league's executive vice president of basketball operations, that's a long title for Kiki, that the league will experiment with a challenge flag during summer leagues. How long are these damn games?
That's what they're doing. I think it'll be interesting if you add that into as an element of the game for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Again, the games in the NFL extended after they added replay with a challenge flag. But
now there aren't any parameters set so far of exactly what they're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors are saying that it's going to be the coaches hold the challenge flag and you can challenge any play that you don't agree with.
Oh,
that's going to be
and they're going to have, of course, limitations should be set, like how many times you can do it. Yeah. But the coaches would be the ones with the flag and to challenge any play they don't agree with.
They're going to make these games so long because one thing they're going to have to do they're not going to be able to just stop play. We know that.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is every dead ball, if the coach is throwing a challenge flag, they're going to have to go over to the screen, look at it, and then now start the game back. So
with a different score.
It's just going to stretch the game out too long. I don't agree with it. If they're going to do that, I think they should just put that in the last 2 minutes like everything else.
I agree with that, coach.
Yeah, but with coaches, they'll find a way to make it strategic so they can use it as far as a coaching method for sure. So it's definitely gonna slow the game down. Yeah.
I don't think that they should use it on like touch fouls or going to the basket. It's gotta be something like.
But as Jay just said, like if I'm down to my last time out, but I got a challenge flag, and I need to talk to my players. Oh no, he touched him. That's a foul. Challenge game. Let's go. Let's touch him.
Yeah. So once again, keeping with the NBA, like we've been talking about LeBron a lot. During the middle of the NBA Finals, it was announced that he would grace the cover of the NBA 2K19 20th anniversary edition video game, marking the second time in his career that he will be on the cover. He also appeared on this cover in 2014 NBA 2K. Now they rolled it out to the world in commercial, featuring rappers 2 Chainz, Rhapsody, and J. Rue, with a lot of house cuts they've known references to things that he did in NBA, along with highlights of his career. Now, the game is set to be released September 7th, and if you purchase this game, you will get a special LeBron-themed digital bonuses that include 100,000 virtual currency.
He does VC.
He did VC. He need the VC.
50,000 My Team points.
I need all that too.
20 My Team League packs. 10 My Team packs. 5 LeBron-themed murals for My Court. A LeBron My Court design. And the Kings collection that features the Nike LeBron apparel and 25 pairs of LeBron footwear. Is this a must-cop for someone who doesn't play 2K? We know the 2K players are going to copy it. But if it's somebody that's just a video gamer but doesn't really play 2K, is that a must-cop for them?
Not a must-cop.
Not a must-cop. Yeah, but I mean
that VC though.
Yeah, what they did was smart. They just got his head because in turn
they know what
they get traded.
Because
that Kyrie shit last year
hurt.
That set him up for sure. But this is the GOAT edition, is what you said. How can you be the GOAT and you ask for a switch in the fourth quarter, Cameron? I'm tired. I'm not asking for no switch. Can't ask for that switch.
Not right there.
No,
he shouldn't have though, because it wasn't a. My bad. It wasn't a play where Kevin Durant was for to turn a corner and go get a bucket. They were almost at the circle of the jump ball line. He could have easily went around it or on top of it and still been there.
Watch the play again. Steph barely even walked over to him.
Yeah.
And he just said, okay, I got Steph. Yeah. Rodney Hood was like,
he looked back like, oh, for real? You
like,
want me to switch?
You want me to do it
right? Okay.
You want me to do this?
Well, damn, I ain't played in 2 games, but I get out.
I'm here.
Come on, man. But now, to answer your question about 2K, anybody needs those VC. So when you're starting off, you need is it 100?
50.
50. Is that enough?
No, my bad. It's 100,000.
It's 100,000 VC.
100,000.
You need
get you going.
That's 100 to get you in the door. It get you about a 74.
No, they don't get you over 74.
No, not anymore. You didn't play this year.
I played this year. If you start with 100,000, you can get about a 79.
No.
If you do it right.
I don't know. You didn't play this year, Joe.
I ain't played a lot. I played this year.
Yeah,
I didn't start with
100,000. 100,000 like 10. I'm gonna be real. 100,000 ain't enough. Let's move on to the MLB draft. The Oakland A's drafted Kyler Murray with the 9th overall pick on Monday, knowing full and well he's slotted to be OU's starting quarterback in the fall, taking over for Heisman Trophy winner #1 pick in the draft, Baker Mayfield. Now, Murray and the Athletics have a $5 million deal in place, which allows him to play football at Oklahoma in 2018. The deal only allows him to play for 1 year, though. So Murray has 2 years of college football eligibility left. If you're Kyler Murray, what are you doing?
I want to play baseball.
Well, he's got the guaranteed money.
Got the guaranteed money. He can play 1 year.
I'll play this year.
Okay, so what if you have a Baker Mayfield type year in 2018, and it's to the point where they're saying, hey, you might be a top 15 pick in the NFL draft?
I don't think that's what he's banking on. Just think about, let's all be honest right now.
Mm-hmm.
Think about their first couple of years on college camp.
Yeah.
Picture being a starting quarterback on college camp.
Having a good time.
Having a great. That's all he wants.
And
That's all he wants. And he got a bag. He already got a bag.
Yeah.
But guaranteed bag. I already waiting on him.
Yeah.
But the bag, he ain't gonna have that bag while he at college though. You can't get their money because you're a college athlete.
That's right.
So the only thing you get money for is coming in for the summer.
But he got
it is.
He's waiting on it. Yeah.
You can't. But even still, like he can't make the money while he's playing. But if they give it to him now, I can have a job in high school and work at a grocery store back in groceries. So if I save my money up,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
all I'm saying is, I mean, Kyler Murray clearly was getting money from somewhere because back in the day, when he first came out as an Under Armour All-American, his shoe collection was crazy.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
in turn, but if he has a Baker Mayfield type year, I'm telling you, it voids the contract if he comes back the next year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He really wants to play football.
So that lets you know where his love is.
He ain't no NFL quarterback. He's little. He just
He
blazing fast.
5'10".
Yeah.
5'10". But what I'm saying is he got in against West Virginia and against Kansas when Baker grabbed his crotch. Played well.
Yeah.
Played well.
I think he gonna be. I think he might be a Heisman this year. For real. Dude, fast, man.
I mean,
I ain't getting it.
it's out there. Just need some of that. Give me that action. You know what I'm talking about, Kevin, man? You know what I'm talking about?
Guys, we were talking about GOATs earlier, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about LeBron James.
Yeah, we're talking about the GOAT. So after celebrating his birthday and the anniversary of him stepping over Tyrone, we talked about him a little bit as well. All-time great NBA Finals moment, I should say. Allen Iverson.
Set the stage for it.
You know, they had to say, come on, man.
But it's bad news, though, man. How you set the stage on something that's bad?
Come on, you got to say, you can't just come in the room and say you fired. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. Allen Iverson has decided to step down from his coaching duties heading into the second year of the Big Three League. Iverson spoke with Ice Cube and states that scheduling conflicts are the reason he will be stepping away this year. Now, I'm an AI guy. Should we be worried that AI is up to his old tricks?
AI had an up and down season the first year of the Big Three, man.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't take it serious.
Have played.
He shouldn't have played. He didn't take it serious.
Yeah,
He got exposed quickly.
For sure. Mysteriously was gone in Dallas.
And he said, you know what? Let me
Didn't
get
play.
on the sideline and coach.
Didn't even show up in Houston.
The Philly game. Philly sold out
Yeah.
just for him.
Anyway.
And he didn't even come to this gym.
See,
Let alone not
Oh,
play.
yeah, it was Philly.
He didn't even show up.
See, any city, you got to come to Philly.
I don't know why he do. Why he do that?
Cause
Yeah.
And he got it like again. I think he thought I'm still AI. I was better than these guys at the time when we were playing in the NBA. Let me just go out here and hoop.
Yeah.
Those dudes, these man, serious. Y'all can look at his game and tell. But he walked on the court. He hadn't played.
He hadn't played.
Yeah, he hadn't played.
Look at him.
Right.
Them dudes on that Big Three take that serious. They should. It's actually a good league. So he got exposed, and now he's coaching.
Expose him.
Yeah.
Expose him.
Because I'm sure them dudes were working out. They knew he was coming, so they got back in the
They
gym.
wanted all that smoke.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed a little retribution.
Yeah. He stepped up a time.
Shout out to AI, though.
He got highlights of all
Still
this
talking
stuff.
about it.
Yeah, huh?
Still talking.
I'm done.
Living on the side.
I'm done, man.
So speaking of past GOATs, I guess you could say, in his eyes, he gets to be, after being shut out of the Hall of Fame for 2 years, in his third year to get that, Terrell Owens was inducted to the Hall of Fame as previously reported. Now he's come out and announced that he will not attend the Hall of Fame induction in Canton, Ohio on August 4th. Now, I quote T.O. as saying, after visiting Canton earlier this year, I came to the realization that I wish to celebrate what will be one of the most memorable days of my life elsewhere. At a later date, I will announce where and when I will celebrate my induction. Now, former Cowboys wide receiver and fellow Hall of Famer gave his take, saying, and I'm talking about your boy Michael Irvin, he said, it's not about the voters. Don't give the voters the pleasure of knowing that they meant that much to you, that when you finally got in, you're not even going to show up. And the whole while you're campaigning about being in. When he did not get in, he and I were shooting a commercial together one time, and he came to the commercial with a Hall of Fame gold jacket with all of his records on it. So you went and made up a gold jacket, but you won't show up to get the real gold jacket. It's something beyond my capabilities of understanding up here. End quote. Right or wrong for T.O. to decline the invitation to this?
I think it's wrong. Why would you not show up? All that crying you did.
Yeah. I mean, I know what feelings you shut out 3 years too long.
Yeah.
Slap in the face. I get that.
Something to do with the
But let's keep it let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
This is the reason why he was shut out for 3 years for stupid shit like this. Look at me, episodes like this, man.
Yep.
I hope he reconsiders, though.
I do too.
Yeah.
Because I think his speech
Yeah,
would be better than him not showing up.
for sure.
Like, to just let him have his moment and call out all the people who help him out and all that stuff. That will be better than him not showing up.
I don't know. He might cry again.
He definitely.
He definitely gonna cry.
Nah, I ain't gonna cry.
I think he's definitely. Man, I'm betting whatever. He's gonna
That's my
cry.
quarterback.
Yeah,
He cried saying that.
Right.
That's my quarterback.
he will reconsider and will be there in August to do that. But I think he just, again, he needed this attention.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
All right, please come and do it to you. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's the type of person he is for sure. Before we start with halftime, let's talk about our top earners in sports. Now, no athlete made more money over the past 12 months than Floyd Money Mayweather, according to Forbes. Mayweather made $285 million in prize money, salary bonus, and endorsements between June 1st, 2017 and June 1st, 2018. 275 of that was made directly off the Conor McGregor fight.
Gosh.
Now, European soccer superstar Lionel Messi came in second with $111 million, and Cristiano Ronaldo came in third with $108, followed by McGregor in fourth with $99, and Neymar in fifth with $90 million. Now, 40 of the 100 highest paid athletes on the list are NBA players.
Yeah.
LeBron James with $85 million came in sixth, and Steph Curry with $76 million came in eighth. Yeah, for sure. The NFL had 19 representatives, while Major League Baseball had 14 in the top 100, and everybody on the Forbes list was paid at least $22.9 million over a 12-month span. Man, should have worked on that left-hand layup.
Worked on something like
Should have stayed on that
Baseball
baseball field.
field.
Yeah.
Stayed on that baseball
a
field.
goalie or something, a soccer ball or something. My
Should have
goodness.
moved overseas and played soccer, something.
Should have boxed.
Should have boxed. I was Floyd.
McGregor, it's all Floyd effect.
And McGregor's smart. To make $99 million,
Man,
But it's killing him, though.
yeah,
Look, he hasn't done anything since.
sure have.
And he
Yeah.
can't function.
Yeah.
Like, he's got mob issues apparently right
That's
now.
true.
Jeez.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What was he doing?
that, because he got that money, went crazy.
Yeah.
Went crazy. Go from making $3 or $4 million a fight. That's a lot of money. It's a lot
Right,
of money.
sure, it's a lot of money.
But to 80 or 90?
99
in one night.
In
90 in
one
one night.
That's a lot of
It's throw
bread.
you off, dude.
To see Steph go from top 10, I think he was 75th last year.
Mhm.
That's, half of it was endorsement money, half of it was his $33.4 million he makes in the NBA. So he should have been paid that much forever, though.
Yeah.
He was super underpaid. Yeah, Steph, for sure.
Because his contract came last, though, right? That's what happened.
Yeah.
Because Clay's came on first. Then
For sure.
Yeah.
His injuries helped him. He helped that team.
It helped the team. If Steph not injured, he would have been a max player,
Right.
and they wouldn't have been able to re-sign
Yeah,
Steph.
and they would.
You mean his
They would
early
have drafted.
Yeah, early injuries. That's what you're talking about. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, that's a good point. We need to check you out.
Shout out to Will.
Two leg Weezy. 2 leg Weezy.
Y'all ready to start with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. We have another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's a former TSU tight end and the current defensive coordinator for Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to the Burrows. Coach Brown will give an insight on hot topics from a former player and a current coach's perspective. Let's see what Coach Brown has to say this week.
Good evening. I am Coach Brown, and welcome to Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Let's jump right into it. All right, we all know that the Golden State Warriors broke out the brooms on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. When a team is highly successful, it's a copycat league, be it if it's football, basketball, hockey, baseball, what have you. Only team that can beat Golden State right now is Golden State. When you add KD to a 73-win team, and he has officially turned the NBA to the WWE. He has. It's no longer sports. It's no longer competition. It is entertainment. Let's move on to LeBron. Where's LeBron going to end up? I love the fact that he started the fact of athletes taking their destiny in their own hands with where they want to play. All right, we're moving to NFL football. We're talking two of the young gunslingers at quarterback. They both missed most of last season because the injury started out hot, playing well. Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson. Who is going to have the sophomore slump and who is not? FSP, let me know. These are two quarterbacks that are the future of the NFL. And if they can stay healthy, sky is the limit for them. All right, moving on to the bum of the week. All right. Bum of the week is going out to all these fake beep Oakland Golden State Warrior fans that just popped out of the woodworks. Where did y'all come from? Where did they come from? Like, it's like people are making them in a lab. Like, there has never been this many Golden State fans in life. I don't get it. I don't understand joining the bandwagon. If you want there for Run TMC, and if you don't know who Run TMC is, you are definitely not a Golden State fan. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Hey, Mark Curry played for Golden State. If you want there for Baron Davis, Monty Ellis, Latrell Sprewell, you are not a Golden State fan. You are riding with who is hot. Stop it. So to all you fake Golden State fans, first of all, kill yourself. And you guys are the bum of the week. Hey, I am Coach Brown, and I'm gone.
And that is another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. First thing first, Jeff, he said the NBA is turning into the WWE. How you feel about that?
I see where he was going with that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him. I mean, KD couldn't stand the heat in OKC.
Yeah.
Had to go take the easy way out. He turned on the shield like Seth Rollins did.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Turned
in
on
a
the horseman
second.
like Tully and Arn did. You know.
What else?
Yeah. I'm just giving WWE
I'm saying you
references,
got another
brother.
one. I'm saying.
I keep going.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I mean, like Shawn Michaels, he left DX.
Okay, give me one more. Give me one more.
Let's see. Good. When the NWO split up, Wolfpack, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Too sweet.
I
Too
need
sweet,
to go there.
bro.
Too sweet. Yeah,
Too
sweet. Too sweet. Too sweet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's move right along. Who will have the better year, Deshaun Watson or Carson Wentz?
Deshaun Watson.
Carson Wentz easy.
I think Carson Wentz is. He already has his players at the position that he needs. Has a great running back. He didn't get to play with Jay Ajayi, I don't think. Not for that long if he did.
You changed your narrative.
Oh, no, I hate Jay Ajayi, but what I'm saying is he gets a little bit more time with it. I just don't think that Deshaun Watson has players. All he has is D-Hop.
That's a lot, though.
That's it, though.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot.
it,
That's a
though.
lot.
Compared to 4 pieces in Philly.
And Carson's going to his third, not his second. Keanu Johnson's going to his second year. You know,
Yeah,
he got to learn how to read film and read defenses. And,
for sure.
You know.
But this is the good thing about Deshaun Watson. He's already overcame the ACL tear. This is his second. Exactly. So with Carson Wentz, this is his first time going through that, so he could be favored.
And you got
And
the backup quarterback.
It was just later.
Yeah,
a lot
for sure.
later.
You got Nick Foles for
Back
sure.
and, breathe down his
Breathing down his
neck.
neck, winning a championship, so he could be feeling the heat there as well.
Absolutely.
Golden State fans. Coach Bryant asked for them to off themselves, touch the subject.
That's what I said. Look,
Probably not going to do it.
Not
Not this week.
Not
Not
this
this week, Coach Brian.
But I do respect Mark Curry.
Yeah.
I do respect Run TMC.
Most definitely.
Latrell Sprewell.
Let's do it.
Most definitely. My favorite player from Golden State area.
AD.
Shout out to PJ Carlos tomorrow.
Billy Owens.
Shout out to Billy Owens. Billy Owens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, Billy Owens. Chris Bible, baby.
Yeah.
Old school Chris Bible.
For sure. Chris Gatlin.
Chris Gatlin.
Let's see. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
hey,
sports knowledge,
hey,
though.
hey,
That's sports knowledge.
most definitely.
Billy Owens is a smooth player. man.
Billy Owens
He's
is smooth as hell, Syracuse.
Yeah, smooth, powerful. Yeah.
Y'all ready to start with the second half?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
Second half. The NBA SuperTeam era, is it for better or worse than the NBA? Before we get started, I am Jay
That's your boy, Big Jeff.
on Wednesday was cracking.
It's your boy, Coach Love.
Fellas, in the last decade, the term super team has come up many times as players try to win NBA championships. Rarely do you see a player stand with the team like Kobe Bryant, like Tim Duncan, like Dirk Nowitzki. Great examples of people, players that have remained with their respective teams for their playing careers while the owners actually built around them, for sure. Now, these super teams can generate a lot of interest, show fans some of the best basketball we've seen in years. However, making the NBA so top-heavy, some fans think super teams are ruining the competitive balance. FSP is here to figure out if that is true or not. So let's start with the first question, fellas. What is your definition of a super team?
To me, it's if it's more than one franchise player on the team, more than 2 superstars on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. I think it's a team that was put together but not drafted. They were placed together that involves those 3 or more superstars
Okay.
with MVP caliber resumes.
Yeah.
Because if it's drafted,
You
just
drafted.
yeah, you just
Yeah,
want
they
to
just
get
have a good draft pick.
most definitely.
Your GM and your front office deserves a raise.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Pretty close. Team acquired 1 or more All-Stars by means of a trade or a form of actual free agency. What you got, Joe?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. So, with that said, who started the super team era?
You know who started. People try to blame KG, Ray Allen.
They were over the hill, man.
They were all over 30. What started the super team was LeBron James.
Yeah.
Not even question.
They're
not
not
even
a Heat
close.
team. Yeah. They were all
in
those,
2010.
though they were still peaking per se, close to their peak, the best times of their career.
I agree with that. The first time I heard the big three is when I seen Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and
That's
Rondo.
true.
But we're talking about a super team, not a big three.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No.
No, because it's 4. And it goes.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's a super.
Duper team.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you go back to, we do that, we can go back. People were traded to Detroit.
Yeah.
People were traded to Detroit.
For the Pistons team.
The Pistons team. When they won in 2004.
But
They
the
won
only person that was
straight.
traded there was, Rasheed was traded there.
Yeah, everybody was traded
Phillips,
there.
Richard
Richard
Hamilton.
Rich Hamilton was traded there.
Yeah.
But those, let's be honest, neither one of those
Sheed.
guys, other than Rasheed was the only bona fide superstar on that team. Just be real.
Yeah, Billups was
Let's be
considered
real.
super.
Chauncey had bounced around from 5 to 6 teams.
Yeah,
where
he
got
found his
there.
niche there,
Yeah.
for sure.
Rip was wasting his talents in
But-
Chicago.
Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah.
Washington.
Okay, Washington.
Yeah.
Tayshaun Prince was drafted there.
Yeah.
So if you
And
look
Ben
at
Wallace is Ben Wallace.
but Pete though, 2010,
Yeah.
LeBron James, prime of his career.
The Eagles.
Chris Bosh,
Yeah.
top 3 in his position
At the time, yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Wade, come on, man.
Not 3.
Right.
Not 4.
That's how confident they were.
They were
Not
very
5.
confident.
KG, come on. KG had played his formidable years in Minnesota.
Mhm.
He was on the decline. Ray Allen on the decline.
Yeah,
Paul
that's
Pierce
right.
was still at a high level,
Yeah.
but he was more on his decline.
But they
as
went
well.
to 2 championships, Jay.
No, what I'm not saying that they
That's
weren't a
true.
good team. I'm just saying
And they were well coached.
Would you say they were at the best of their careers?
he knows that. He knows
No,
that.
I'm not saying they weren't the
That's
best.
what we're saying.
It wasn't-
They were in
they-
Miami. In Miami, they were at the best of their careers.
That wasn't
I would say
Minnesota
Dwayne Wade
KG.
was.
What?
Oh.
Dwayne Wade wasn't at his best when he played with Shaq.
It was only like his, what was that, 7th year in the league?
First,
17 in the
he
league.
didn't start becoming injury prone. I need to take games off D-Wade to year 3 or 4 at the Eagles.
Yeah.
The first 2 years in Miami.
He was still in his
still-
bag.
Yeah.
He was still in his
And
bag.
it still was his team the first year.
Most of
Yeah.
it.
It still was his team the first year.
Yeah, no, for sure. You just look at a player like LeBron James, him coming anywhere with, actually, but these guys were all under 30.
Mhm.
Dude, KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, they were all over 30.
Now,
Yeah.
KG, Minnesota, Supersonics, or Milwaukee Bucks, Ray Allen,
Yeah,
that's a whole
That's
different
a
ball
different
game right
stress,
there.
yeah.
That's a
That's
different
Ray
ball
Allen was
game.
dunking on people.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that he got game.
But
right?
Ray Allen didn't have hair. Nobody had hair except for Paul Pierce on that team.
Yeah. Ray Allen
Did.
took AI to 7 games in the
Yeah.
2001 final, 2001 Eastern Conference playoff.
Yeah.
That's a different ball game, right?
Most definitely.
So with that being said, are players taking the easy way out?
Kevin Durant took it away.
I just think that's what we are in the NBA now.
Yeah.
That's what we are. That's how you got to win now.
Mhm.
Everybody's teaming up. How else you gonna win?
I agree.
You can't win. It ain't no more Jordan and Pippen. It's got to be Jordan, Pippen, and Kevin Durant.
You
know what I'm saying?
You need, and that's because of LeBron James.
Yeah.
The way, how every teams were planning. All right, well, shit, we got to get players to beat them.
Mhm.
Now, just like how the same way people are planning to beat Golden State. But you have to look at it too. It's 7 to 12 years staying on a team. You stay there, right?
Okay.
Until you're damn near on your decline, like KG did, and then you leave. Or do you leave when you're in your prime, like Chris Bosh did? It's not the easy way out. It's formidable because it makes sense. You want to win. Everybody wants to win.
Okay, now you said something right there. I kind of want to talk about for a second.
Talk
You
to me.
said people were forming up to beat the Heat.
For sure.
I think by the time KD went and joined the Warriors,
Yeah.
we were done with beating the Heat.
For sure.
You know, because he had went to Cleveland. You want to beat the Warriors. The Warriors were the best team, and they were drafted.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Like the super
Yeah.
team, they just Kevin Durant is taking the easy way out because that's what
Like
he knew. Yeah, it's slick.
like we said, I don't call it easy way out just because you have to have those players now if you want to win. If you want to win a championship, you
That's-
have to go and get
that's the
another
NBA.
superstar.
That's what Weezy said. And if you look at it, so you have a great player like AD, who I think is the second best player in the NBA. Anthony Davis is the second best player in the NBA. It's not even close to me.
Who's first?
In the NBA?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
So you got KD third.
I have KD third. Yeah, third. For sure. With AD.
Timestamp that, cameraman.
Yeah. So if you sit and say, with a person like AD, who's playing at his peak right now,
Absolutely.
he gets Boogie. Boogie's not going to go there. He's going to go to LA this summer. He's back at square one. So when this contract is over, if Giannis Antetokounmpo when it's time for him to go, they go because they can't compete where they're at.
Yeah.
Can the front offices do better? Well, we talk about that.
Yeah, Mose.
For it. Has it affected high school and college sports?
Well, hell yeah, you look at Duke. Duke got the number 1 player, the number 2 player, and the number 3 player coming into this draft, and also the number 8 player.
I can't go with high school, but
I
for
don't-
sure college and AAU.
I don't think it's affected high school.
I-
Because they've been doing this in AAU trap ball for a long time.
Sure.
And if you think about it, college, I won't necessarily say affected college either. Think about how long Calipari will get those same top players on the same team.
No, not
Not
I know you want 1,
3
2,
and 4.
3, but that's because of the kids, they like, let's just go here and play.
Because they see them do it, coach.
Judging off what you just said, that's why I think it has affected. I think it started at AAU.
Mm-hmm.
It started
That's
from
where it started.
AAU
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's dude from Oklahoma. That's
Mhm.
dude from Memphis. I want
Yeah.
to play on his team."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where it birthed. That's what
Yeah.
birthed this whole attitude of
Mhm.
saying,
No
"I
question.
don't want to do it on by myself. If
Yeah.
they beat me, I want to join them."
So, you look at a kid like Trey Young.
Yeah.
He went against the grain,
Yeah.
and they got smacked because he didn't have any help. If he goes to play for Duke's, being a point guard at Duke last year,
Right.
it'd be a totally different situation, which he could have won.
He'd be a top 3 pick, probably.
Easy.
Right. LeBron James said himself, man, I played with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh in Olympics, and that may be what, you know what I'm saying? We talked to him, I know their IQ.
It's a great point.
That's AAU, pretty much,
Yeah.
right?
That-
That's AAU for the
Yeah.
pros.
But if you look at a kid like Zion, right, he gets a lot of backlash, mainly due to the fact that he went to Duke after R.J. Barrett was already there, after Cam Reddish, and you also have Trey Jones there. There's really no need for Zion there. But in turn, he said to himself, shit, well, I know. And he probably has some smart people around him.
It looks like it.
If you go to Duke, you can work on your game and get better, and you don't have to put all the pressure on your back like Trey Young did, or like kids when they go to these up-and-coming schools. You can sit and average 7 points a game, 10 points a game, you still be top 5.
Still get your highlights, hide all your deficiencies.
Yep.
Most definitely. Here we go. So, are super teams destroying the competitiveness in the NBA?
To the old school and to the old era, for sure. That they hate it. The old school people, they hate it. My daddy, he hates it.
Mm-hmm.
But to people that now, I think they love it.
I don't know. To me, I hate the fact that the season is a foregone conclusion for the past 4 years. You knew how the story was going to end before it even started. There was no doubt in my mind that we were going to have Cleveland versus Golden State every year in the past 4 years. Nothing. There was no other team around unless it was injuries.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing going to stop that from happening. You weren't going to be LeBron in the East, and nobody's beating Golden State.
So I have a great stat. A great stat. So in the 50s, 6 titles were won by 2 teams.
Okay.
In the 60s, 9 titles were won by 1 team.
Right.
In the 70s, 4 titles were won by 2 teams. In the 80s, 8 titles were won by 2 teams. In the 90s, 8 titles were won by 2 teams. In the 2000s, 7 titles were won by 2 teams. So to say that the NBA's competitiveness is been decreased by the Golden State Warriors is not true, because the NBA's competitiveness has been ruined since the 1950s.
Counterpoint.
Big boy step. Big boy stat.
Yeah, stat of the day.
Counterpoint.
Okay.
Now, in that time, yes, those teams did win that, but there was never a time like it is now where there's no reason for even playing. You're not beating Golden State.
There was a time like that.
There's you're talking about Bill Russell at the Celtics.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about in our 80s, 90s, or 2000s, and 2010s.
Yeah.
There was never a team where you said, unless it was the one year the Lakers did it, when they didn't lose a game to AI, they played AI.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of those Jordan teams that was just
2 of those
undefeated.
teams,
Yeah.
7-2 and team.
7-2 and 10. That was the only one you said they got this.
For sure.
But rest of that time, Shaq should have won a game or 2 against Elijah Warren.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing could have beaten Elijah Warren.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not the Spurs. The Jazz could have beaten Jordan one of those years.
Mm-hmm.
Cook should have beaten Jordan one of those. They was the number 1. They had the best record in the league.
Yeah.
Golden State, when they're on their game, is unbeatable.
And I get that, but
They
I'm
have
saying
no weaknesses.
the balance has been like that in the NBA for years, and it's just continuing to go that way, mainly due to the fact that teams, there's maybe 10, 15 teams that actually won an NBA championship.
Well, that's again, I can't argue that.
Yeah,
That's
for
totally
sure.
understandable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when the team lines up, the talent level is so much higher
In Golden State.
in Golden State than the rest of the league.
Yeah.
It just that stat doesn't speak to that.
That's true in a certain aspect, but in today's NBA, the way the NBA's played, everybody loves the 3 ball. Golden State just does it really well.
Hey, they just do
You know what I'm saying? Everybody shoots threes now. That's the cool thing to do. Pull up.
Threes didn't win this though. They shot 62% from two. 62% from two.
Yeah,
in this fight.
It was just
And
bad
they
defense.
Yeah.
And KD running isolation makes them unbeatable.
Oh,
Because now you can't do anything. You have to play perfect defense from every possession. Because if you leave KD open lane, go drive past dunk on you.
Yep.
You leave Stephen them open, 3-point all day. You can't do anything against them.
For sure.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
did the Warriors break the NBA?
Now ratings has came out and said it was not necessarily extremely lower, but it's lower this year. Mainly due to the fact that LeBron James and his Cleveland Cavaliers did not compete in this because they can't.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah. Well, and also the fact it was 5 games as compared to 4 last year, so ratings will be different between 2 games. Well,
And the first 2 games of Golden State didn't sell out.
Yeah.
NBA Finals games did not sell out.
I don't think it broke the NBA though, because you got to think about how many people tuned in to watch the Warriors Rockets series. It's just that
that was the final.
Yeah, we knew that whoever won that series was going to win it all. So once it got to the finals, people were like, I don't really care to watch it. I've seen the finals already between those 2 teams, especially when Cleveland lost the way they lost Game 1. Everybody pretty much said
that's
it's
what
over.
killed them.
Yeah, that hurt. That took their heart away.
Yeah,
and
they
people
won
started
the
watching
game.
the games after that. And you look at it, Golden State is not invincible, y'all.
They're not. I'm telling
Houston
you,
could have beat them.
without that injury, they are beaten.
But that's the only Achilles heel is injury.
Yes, I agree.
That's it.
Yeah.
Talent wise, Houston can't play with them.
Yeah.
Don't do that. They can't play with them.
But they should have beat them. Because CP didn't go hurt.
If CP doesn't go hurt,
Yeah,
if Steph doesn't play the way he played, if KD doesn't have a bad game,
Right.
6 games, 7, if it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk.
Talent-wise, they didn't play with them, Joe.
I understand that, but there were injuries, and they had an offset, and they still didn't win. They had a shot and didn't win.
No, they didn't. They had a chance to close them out at home.
At home. They had 2 chances to
What I'm
close
saying,
them out and didn't do it.
If Chris Paul wouldn't play that game, they would have won that game.
I think
If Iggy plays that series and plays the defense he plays and be the glue guy he is, we don't make it to 7.
We don't.
We don't
But
make
in
it to 7.
turn, that's the thing that happened. Iggy wasn't there.
Yeah.
Chris Paul got hurt. That changed the
And
series.
if Chris Paul got hurt, even it out.
For sure.
So with that, do super teams ruin the NBA fan as we know it?
The NBA fan is dumb. Let's just keep that above. LeBron did this.
Go ahead.
If you look at it, you say, how many fans did the Heat lose when James chose to play for the Cavs? So the competitiveness is, I call them free agent fans.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, people are no longer fans of teams, they're fans of players. Hell, I know a guy that told me he was a fan of a whole conference. So in turn, the NBA should stand for New Basketball Alliance.
Yeah, let's be real. NBA has always been player-based, though.
Yeah, for sure, but not how it is now.
Nah.
Yeah, because if it was player-based, you still once they left or your team was bad, you still rep your team.
Yeah,
Damn lie.
And the fans have so much control.
Where these Kobe fans at? They ain't stay with the Lakers.
Now, the Kobe fans,
They didn't stay with the Lakers.
they're pretty. I know a lot of Lakers fans.
Lakers fans are one. That's about Kobe fans.
Yeah,
Didn't stay with the Lakers.
Kobe got
retired.
lucky, though.
Kobe got
lucky.
retired, and they didn't stay with the Lakers. I know a guy.
Because Kobe was for the
I
league.
know a guy.
Kobe was about to leave.
Yeah, I know. And they would have left with Kobe. I know a guy.
I don't know. Are you looking at me? I'm a Bulls fan.
Which one Kobe guy?
I agree with you though.
I'm an AI guy. I didn't stay with the Sixers. But damn sure to stay with the Nuggets.
But you have a team though.
I got my Hawks fans.
See, you know what I'm saying? You still have a team. So either you have a favorite team or you've always liked players.
Yeah.
But the fans have so much control now. They got Twitter. They can voice opinion on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said he'll never like LeBron James again because he switched off.
Yeah,
like so, you know what I'm saying?
I heard.
The first thing he did was go on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard.
So he, you know
So
how
I
much.
woke up in disgust.
Yeah, and look how many people that knows him that don't know him.
mentions were in shambles.
Yeah, he's right.
I know
Well, he's
that.
wrong.
Yeah, you had to fight that day.
Yeah, I did.
You had a jump day.
I had time.
I was proud of you. I'm watching like, he got this. Yeah, he got it.
Next question: who suffers most from super teams?
I'm smart, Mark.
Oh my
Your
God!
team,
Same
you know.
exact thing I said.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes.
Even if you look, I think the thing that this could have changed if KD, Russ Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, those guys stay together.
Mm-hmm.
It would have made a super team from a small market easy to go ahead and say, well, you know what?
Drafted it, though.
They were drafted.
They were drafted.
It's like the Warriors.
Yeah.
Minus KD, of course. But
So if you look at somebody like Paul George, who leaves a small market, goes to another small market, not by choice, but
Yeah,
it's trade.
trade.
he's leaving every small market.
Yeah,
It ain't no
time.
question.
Yep.
He's going somewhere with.
Well,
So teams like Charlotte, teams like Memphis,
Yep.
Indiana,
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble
That's right.
because Giannis Antetokounmpo, if he's not competing for a championship in 2 years,
He's
which
gone.
is when he's a free agent, he is gone.
Yeah.
On the first thing smoking to a big market.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Phoenix, yeah, for sure. Devin Booker will leave,
Mhm.
most definitely.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So who profits the most from SuperTeam?
The big market teams. It's the exact opposite. Because everybody wants to go. Think about everybody wants to go.
Yeah.
LA,
Miami.
Houston, Miami,
Yeah.
Chicago, something like that. Only one is kind of small, maybe San Antonio, but that's the pop effect. If pop is not there, nobody wants to go to San Antonio. Everybody wants to go to New York, places like that.
Yeah, I say the NBA profits the most because you look at players, they sell these jerseys, they sell all this stuff around super teams, back-to-back champions. It does make you look at competitive balance different, but at the same time, with sales of jerseys and sneakers and all of this, you can put 2 or 3 teams together, and so you got KD's shoe, you got Steph's shoe, you got Clay's shoe. All of them are on the same colorway, but everybody has their favorite player. So in turn, you get that shoe, get that jersey. It's better for the actual NBA.
I told them I think the players,
Mm-hmm.
they profit a whole lot more.
I agree with that. I think the players are the people who, because LeBron did this as well,
Yeah.
made them put the player in power by doing what he did in Miami.
Yeah.
Truth be told, much as we dislike the decision,
Oh yeah.
but he put the player in power. So I think they make the most profit out of it doing the super team stuff.
The thing about LeBron James, he did so much for the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't think we won't notice it until he's gone.
Yeah.
He's did a lot for the NBA, from players to jerseys to all the cool stuff that he's
Activism.
done. For
I would
sure.
say political everywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just think the things that he either has a group of people that actually love him, or they have people like me that love to hate him. Like stuff that he does, I'd be like, man, I was telling coaches, like, man, that's my boy, man. Brian, he all right with me. Then he shows up to the press conference with
My God!
a brace on his hand.
Yeah.
And he's telling, that pissed me off, man. Like, dude, come on, man. We see you, man. Then he gets hit in the face. He's on the ground. He looks into the camera. Camera's on me. He really sell it. Like, it's just small stuff that he does. He loves being the center of
Brian
attention.
knows the camera's on.
He knows where the camera is.
When he started talking in his jersey,
Oh,
talking
yeah.
man. He has a flair for the dramatic.
Most definitely.
So with all that being said, how can NBA teams compete?
They got to team up.
Is it the Avengers? Is it the Avengers?
They have to do what the Rockets did. They have to sit and say, hey, okay, how can we beat this team?
Mm-hmm.
If we can beat them doing this, let's convince somebody to actually come here and we can compete. Because this team can be beat.
I think you do what Philadelphia did,
Mm-hmm.
is doing, and do what Boston is doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you beat. That's how you compete.
They got there's a lot of luck in
I
there.
can say Philly's
A lot of
love though.
What was lucky feeling? It's the process.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
gotta
what I'm
trust the
saying.
process.
But if he's not injured, they're not getting that next top pick again next year.
Sure.
So
But you still take. They tanked on purpose. They did that. They did all that
Yeah,
shit.
they-
He wouldn't have played him. He would have set him on the bench and not played him.
But Joel Embiid was hurt he didn't play for 2 years.
I agree with that. But
Yeah.
think about what Philadelphia was blatantly pulling players out the game, not to be competitive.
Because they had a
They
team
won-
that
they-
couldn't compete.
mhm.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They traded away the rookie of the year.
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
they
He's
were
a Denver King.
yeah, true enough.
How
Yeah.
about
But
that,
he
too?
still was a rookie.
That's my boy.
That's
And
my
they
boy.
also, they didn't play Ben Simmons for the whole first year.
And he could have been back.
He could have been. He could have been back.
But they
he-
still get the first pick before.
Trust the
So
process.
So really,
Trust the
so
process.
really, the key is get injured and sit out for a couple
The
years.
key is to
it's to build it through the draft.
Yeah.
But you have to draft right.
Yeah.
Because there were hiccups along the way. Jaleel Okafor, Nerlens Noel,
Yeah.
Michael Carter.
That's why they kept doing it.
Yeah, so you have to keep going.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Is the NBA is it bad for the NBA? Should they fix it? So why?
With the hard cap that we have in the NBA, it's going to be very hard for small market teams to compete because in turn you can stay here and get this enormous amount of money, like Paul George could have got if he stays in OKC. But in turn, the lure of playing in New York, LA, Philly, even now Golden State is a destination mainly. And listen, Golden State is a small market as much as you
Yeah,
want
let's
to
keep
say.
it real.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. But at the same time, they have a really good team. So it's easier to go there and win compared to going to a small market team and probably being 1, 2, 3 Cancun in April.
I think
not even being close to
Right.
playoffs.
I think what you have to do, is it bad for the NBA? Yes. Should it be fixed? Yes. But it's the way you do it. You find better basketball minds.
Mm-hmm.
You find people who know how to evaluate talent better.
It's true.
That's the problem. You have people in the league who shouldn't be NBA players. Let's keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that are in a 7, 8, 9, 10 man rotation that should be in the D league.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there are people that your basketball front office has to be able to evaluate talent better to say, I need this type of guy. I need a coach that can develop this. There's no player development. Like you get drafted, you got 2 or 3 years to get it right. You're not there, ship them out.
And I think that's what the G League is trying to do.
Trying.
to
But
do.
still, like your coaching has to be better at this level. I mean, hell, every level, but definitely this level to develop players. Like you look at the NFL, you draft dudes to stash them away,
For sure.
to develop them into the player you want them to be 2 or 3 years from now. Like there's none of that in the NBA. Either you're the impact player right now, or we're drafting another guy 2 years later to take a spot.
That's true.
And if you look at a team like Brooklyn, who in 2013 tried to go for the bank, they got Darren Williams, they got KG, they got Paul Pierce, they got all those, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So in turn, you might have to start with 1 or 2 players and maybe get some small, younger players, kind of similar to what Boston is doing.
Exactly.
But Boston has a lot of draft picks. Man.
Yeah.
They
Danny,
did the right way.
Danny Ainge, because people talking so bad about Danny Ainge, but now he looks like a genius.
Yeah.
Because of Brooklyn.
He got out on the Cavs.
Yeah.
He
He
Brooklyn.
He got out on Brooklyn. For
Brooklyn.
sure.
That's where it started.
Brooklyn went all in.
That $100 million.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Most definitely. Last question. Is this the new NBA?
Yes.
Yeah. For the
It
foreseeable
is.
future.
Yeah.
It goes in spurts like the NBA game does. You know,
Yeah.
people following the lead of Golden State, trying to compete, trying to knock them off the perch. It's what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
My question is, does this hurt positions in the NBA? Does it hurt like Joe Okafor? It
Yeah.
hurts his position.
Well, no, he got phased out. It
Yeah.
happens. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just the game evolved.
the game is evolved.
Yeah.
I can't playing his back to the basket.
Yeah.
He's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But with the Warriors, I think this only lasts 2 more years max. I think KD leaves. I think Draymond gets traded. I think because you have a Warriors owner who says stupid shit like we were
5 years.
5 years ahead. So you become more and more arrogant.
Yeah.
Steve,
You're smarter than what you are.
He wasn't lying though, Joe.
listen, but Steve Kerr, I see him being very arrogant on the sideline, letting the players, because he has a problem with the Phoenix Suns, he lets them coach the whole second half. That shit, karma like that catches up with you, and in turn, it will catch up with the Warriors.
I don't feel as bad about that move when you really look at the aspect of what was going on. They weren't playing to their ability.
Right.
He had to try something. Now,
Yeah.
did it look bad?
Yeah.
It looked bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looked bad. But I think he was just trying to get his team to respond.
I don't think no bad crumbs coming to him because they won back to back.
Yeah,
They beat the King.
I agree with you though.
Yeah.
I do think their owner is going to panic.
yeah.
He's
for
going to
sure.
say, well, because he says like we need to make moves to stay ahead of the league.
Mhm.
So he's going to panic and trade Clay or
And mess up the
Draymond
team.
for something
And
that they
gonna
don't
mess it up.
yeah,
It happens
every
in
time.
every situation. With the dynasty that was in Dallas, they traded where they got rid of Jimmy Johnson.
Mm.
And Jimmy Johnson was
They
the
were trying to
person.
do Bass Burner.
Yeah, and then they got rid of him and brought in Barry Switzer. It happens in every situation with the Bulls.
Oh, you talking Cowboys?
Yeah,
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Gotcha.
And then you go with the Bulls with Reinsdorf. It was an internal situation. Mike said he might have played 2 more years.
Mhm.
So in turn, there's always higher ups that ruin the situations. Kobe. Yeah. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Cussing out Shaq going down the court.
Yeah,
Live
no,
on
sure.
TV.
Yeah, so
We all saw that.
and you always see it circle back like, damn, I wish we would have stayed together. We would have won 7 championships.
Yeah.
So,
they could have kept with it.
yeah, no, it was definitely. That's another one, fellas.
Yeah.
It was riveting.
Yeah,
Riveting.
that's good podcast.
Yeah,
right?
no, for sure. Let us know what you think, man. Are the Warriors ruining the NBA? Coach like back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Any plans for the week, fellas? Any big plans?
I'm not gonna eat out as much as weekend.
Shout out to
Going
Weezy.
to eat for sure.
You
Okay.
You gonna cook? You cooking?
Yeah, man. I went
Meal
out-
prep?
I went out to eat a lot this week, man.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything paid for, but it was rough.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be something green on those plates?
The most
Yeah.
I'm working on it, coach.
Okay.
Working
That's what
on
you're
it.
working on.
Yeah,
Get some water too, man.
Yeah.
Working on
Get
it.
some
Yeah.
water, you die.
We're working on it.
And Tuesday questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
To tell their friend.
about that Full Sport Press podcast. Weezy?
Everything paid for, baby.
Jeff?
Camera's always on, bro.
Most definitely, man. Revolution will be podcasting, man. We are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.